If I talk about the disputes between India and Pakistan, the list is very long. One such dispute is the Sir Creek dispute, which has again surfaced. Sir Creek is a narrow water body 96 kilometers long in the Run of Kutch region. It is a tidal estuary, means the water quantity in this water body depends upon the tides. And yes, it is a disputed territory. Or we can call it a maritime dispute between India and Pakistan. Have we tried to resolve this dispute? Yes, we have over the years tried to resolve this dispute, but now since 2016, after the Pathankot airbase attack, India is very clear, and India has adopted a doctrine that terror and talks cannot go hand in hand. No talks with Pakistan for whatsoever purpose it be. And this was clearly reflected in our Raksha Mantri's words when he was visiting an airbase in Bhuj region, and from there he passed on a stern warning to Pakistan. Pakistan is increasing its military build-up in the Sir Creek region, and he, in his words, clearly said that if Pakistan tries to do any misadventure, India will change the geography and history of Pakistan. He also went on to say that Karachi is not far away from Sir Creek. Pakistan should not forget that, and Karachi is the main economic hub of Pakistan, the biggest, I would say, port city in Pakistan. So, with all these facts, I am Arpit and I will be presenting to you the issue, the history of the issue, and what efforts have been done to resolve this particular dispute, and what is the significance of this narrow water body. Is India's stand justified, or is Pakistan's claims justified over this particular water body? So let's get started and let's see why this issue surfaced. Because Pakistan is increasing a military build-up in the Sir Creek region, that is the Run of Kutch region, and our Raksha Mantri visited the Bhuj airbase, from where he issued a stern warning that any misadventure by Pakistan in this region would change both history and geography of Pakistan. Well, these are some bold words. As I said earlier, that he also went on to mention Karachi in his stern warning to Pakistan. And this is what India's stand has been since 2016, that terror and talks cannot go hand in hand, and they should not go hand in hand. Now, just a brief about this Sir Creek, this water body which is there. So, we are seeing this region. This is Gujarat and this is the Sindh province of Pakistan. So, we share a boundary with Pakistan in Gujarat, in Rajasthan, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, these 4 states. Jammu and Kashmir not a state, so 3 states and 1 union territory we can consider to be technically correct. So this narrow water body is Sir Creek. Sir Creek was earlier known as Banganga, but the Britishers named it as Sir Creek. Okay, so this is this narrow water body. And here is Sindh province and here is the Gujarat region, the Run of Kutch region. It is a tidal estuary. Tidal estuary means flow of water changes with the tides. If there is high tide, there will be more flow of water in this estuary. If there are low tides, then less water. It was earlier known as Banganga, and Britishers named it as Sir Creek. And the area around it is marshy, flood prone and full of snakes, scorpions and muddy terrain. That is why it is difficult to patrol it as well. So this is some basic geographical features or facts about this Sir Creek. But it is important to know the history of the dispute. And when we talk about the disputes in the present day era in South Asian region, you can find one common, I would say, factor behind those disputes in most of the disputes which are existing in this region. And that one common factor is Britishers. Britishers during their time period did certain, I would say, agreements, or they passed certain treaties which were contradictory in nature, which were self-contradictory. Self-contradictory means one clause saying something and the other clause contradicting the earlier clause. Though, and those treaties existed back then, but now when the Britishers went, they've left us these disputes. We are fighting, we are, highlighting that clause which is in our favor. Pakistan is highlighting that clause which is in their favor. And this is how the dispute lingers on because there is legal ambiguity in it. So, this Run of Kutch region dispute, this Sir Creek dispute in the Run of Kutch region is more than 100 years old, because, this dispute, at that time was between the rulers of Kutch, which is now part of India, and the Sindh government, which is now part of Pakistan. And the dispute was about who had the right to collect firewood near the creek. Who will be collecting the firewood near the creek? That was the dispute back then. That dispute was resolved in 1914 by the Bombay Presidency. Bombay Presidency, why? Because this entire region was having the administrative jurisdiction of Bombay Presidency. And they tried to settle the dispute by issuing a resolution which is also known as the Bombay Resolution. Now, what was there in the Bombay Resolution? Paragraph 9 in that Bombay Resolution said that the eastern bank of the creek, eastern bank roughly means this. If this is the creek, the eastern bank is this one, where you can see the green line. Okay. Eastern bank of the creek, which means the entire creek would belong to Singh, which is now Pakistan. So, according to paragraph 9, the entire Sir Creek will be under the jurisdiction of Pakistan. But the very next paragraph, paragraph 10, applied the Thalweg principle. Thalweg principle says that the boundary lies mid-channel. And this, mid-channel boundary is what India's claim right now is with respect to the Sir Creek. And this is what discrepancy looks like. This is what contradiction looks like. In one paragraph, you are saying that Sindh's jurisdiction, which is now Pakistan's jurisdiction, is up to the eastern flank of the creek, means the entire Sir Creek is in, Sindh, now Pakistan. So, Pakistan claims over this green line which you are seeing. Whereas on the other hand, paragraph 10 says that according to the Thalweg principle, the boundary lies mid-channel, the red line which you are seeing. And this is where, India's claim is right now. So, this dispute is primarily due to this legal ambiguity or legal contradictions. And we obviously would want to resolve this dispute. We would not want to give this entire Sir Creek to Pakistan, because Sir Creek has a lot of significance. Now, let us look into what kind of significance it has, and then we'll move on to that what happened for this dispute after 1947, what has been the entire timeline for resolving this dispute and all. The strategic importance of Sir Creek. It is close to Karachi. It is Pakistan's economic lifeline. Deep water port, the only deep water port in Pakistan, a major economic hub in Pakistan. It can be considered as the financial capital of Pakistan. So, proximity is there. Then it is also a gateway for terror infiltration, because 2611 attackers, Ajmal Kasab and company, came into India through waters. And it is believed that they came through the vicinity of Sir Creek. They, captured an Indian boat, and on that Indian boat they came. Then there can be possible Chinese interest also over there, because China is, heavily invested in Pakistan through its China-Pakistan economic corridor. Although China-Pakistan economic corridor is ending at Gwadar, but there are plans to include Karachi also in it with time. And if Karachi gets included, then obviously the Sir Creek is not far away from Karachi. And Chinese presence in the vicinity of India definitely will be a challenge for India. Economic importance of Sir Creek. There it is believed that there are a lot of oil and natural gas resources over there, although they are not as of now extracted. But yes, oil and natural gas, who doesn't want them? These are those resources on which we are dependent upon other countries. 85% of India's oil requirement is imported. And if we have a reserve, then obviously we would want to exploit, we would want to extract from that reserve. Then fishing industry. It is obviously a big, I would say a huge fishing ground. So that is also of commercial value or economic value. And then, exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone, according to the United Nations Convention on Law of the Sea, is that region where you can do, any economic activity. Now, if Pakistan is granted the entire Sir Creek, Pakistan's EEZ will increase. And this is going to create major economic losses for India. So, India is, very firm on its stand that the boundary lies mid-channel, according to the Thalweg principle. And we will, fight for it. Now, what has been the story after 1947? With respect to this dispute. Till now we've seen that Britishers were there. Till now we've also seen that how significant this Sir Creek is strategically and economically. But what has been the timeline of this dispute after 1947? So 1914 we saw Bombay government resolution. This resolution was, I would say, contradictory in nature, paragraph 9, paragraph 10. Then 1965, Operation Desert Hawk. Pakistan conducted military operations in Run of Kutch region, minor skirmishes with India. This was basically a build-up to the 1965 war. And obviously, the result of the 1965 war was in favor of India. Then 1968, there was a, tribunal formed. Indo-Pakistan Western Boundary Case Tribunal. Actually, Pakistan started claiming over the Run of Kutch region, entire Run of Kutch region. And this tribunal gave the entire Run of Kutch region to India except 10% to Pakistan, but it did not resolve the Sir Creek issue. It did not touch the Sir Creek issue, probably because of the technicalities involved in this particular issue. It is a tidal estuary. We were not aware about, the timeline, or I would say the water flow, the water, I would say, rising, subsiding and all. So this was there. 1997 to 2012, composite dialogue processes, multiple, meetings did take place for resolving this issue, but nothing as such happened. And 2023-24, we could see a military build-up of Pakistan in this Sir Creek region. And again, 2025, this military build-up intensifies. And now a stern warning by the Raksha Mantri of India. So it is not like we have not tried to resolve the dispute. We have tried to resolve the dispute post 1947, but the dispute remains unresolved. We will also look into why the dispute remains unresolved. But before that, we want to, dive deep into the efforts, the timeline to resolve the dispute. The 1989 was the first formal talks in Islamabad, no results. 1990 to 92, more round of talks in Rawalpindi and New Delhi, still no solution. 1998, Sir Creek Working Group was formed. India opposed Pakistan's move to take the issue to international courts. Why India opposed this? Because in 1972, after the 1971 war with Pakistan, that was the Bangladesh Liberation War, there was this Shimla Agreement in 1972. And one of the major clauses in the Shimla Agreement was that any conflict between India and Pakistan will be resolved bilaterally without any third party mediation. Even ceasefire along the LOC will be maintained without any third party mediation. Bilaterally we will maintain it. So India said that we will solve it bilaterally as per the Shimla Agreement, where you need to go. 2005 to 2007, joint surveys were done by both countries to map the creek, but the data was never used to reach a deal. So in all these points, till now you've seen that no concrete solution. In 2012, last formal round of talks took place. Again, no solution. 2016, after the Pathankot terror attack, India was very clear that terror and talks cannot go hand in hand. India created or formed this doctrine, and no talks whatsoever with Pakistan. This is what India adopted as a doctrine, and Rajnath Singh's words as of now are very much in line with this doctrine. But we also need to know that why it is not yet resolved, this particular dispute between India and Pakistan. No doubt about this fact that there is mutual distrust now. So there is no point of resolving this conflict bilaterally, peacefully, by negotiating with each other, because we are not talking to them. But yes, other reasons, there are legal ambiguities. The Bombay 1914 Bombay Resolution, paragraph 9, paragraph 10, that is a legal ambiguity. Second is shifting geography. Being a tidal estuary, Sir Creek's course changes with time, making it difficult to set up permanent boundary. So those technicalities are involved. But this obviously is a big challenge. Then lack of political will also is there, which is an underlying factor why this issue has not been resolved. So we need to know these as well. But yes, we should let Pakistan clearly know that any misadventure in this region can cost them Karachi, can cost them more also. We can, interpret that particular statement that your geography and history will change. It is a very bold statement, as I mentioned, because actually it can impact, Pakistan drastically. And I hope Pakistan understands it pretty well. And Pakistan understands this particular situation well within time. Otherwise, we have our forces ready. And by forces, I mean all forces. So this is what this dispute has been all about. And, there's no point of diplomatically resolving it. We already know it. It is only and only left to Pakistan to back off. If it doesn't, we will obviously go and destroy, and we will change their geography and history. So this is it from my end. I will be meeting you for other videos on other interesting topics. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, and most importantly, keep revising. Namaste. Jai Hind.